But first, ballroom dancing is seeing a huge resurgence in popularity thanks to reality TV. It is an art form steeped in tradition that some may find a little dated. I met two Ontario dance partners who are shaking things up in a big way, and I even got a lesson to see how it all works. Not quite what you expected, right?
I'm Trevor Cobb. I'm a theater creator and a ballroom dancer.
My name is Jeff Fox. I'm a dancer and choreographer and full-time instructor.
The longtime dance partners invited us into this Burlington studio to show us something they've been crafting for more than 5 years.
What we create is a system of dancing where the lead exchanges back and forth between partners. Lead and follow is fundamental to what we do, and it makes incredible things possible in dancing. But those don't have to be linked to gender.
But it has for centuries. Stereotypes that still play out on primetime reality dance shows.
But in kind of the mainstream ballroom, tuxedo and ball gown kind of world, there's a lot of entrenched kind of history and mothballs in there.
Not only are we have to be a man and a woman, but generally we have to be white. He has to be this much taller than her, like not this much, or heaven forbid she's taller.
Right.
Like that's not even on the graph
Yes.
whatsoever. So it's insisting on this increasingly narrow understanding of identity. And that's just a huge problem for everyone. We're over 10 years with legalized gay marriage in Canada, but a same-sex couple walking onto a competitive floor in the major competitive circles in Canada would not be recognized as a couple. Like you're not even on the scorecard.
The first dance doesn't represent the relationship. It is the relationship.
First, they wrote a play and toured the country. Then they got a call from TEDx. Their idea of liquid lead dancing reached a whole new audience.
So street salsa, championship tango, it's all the same. He leads, she follows. So this was gender training. You weren't just learning to dance, you were learning to man and to woman. It's a relic.
You've gotten an overwhelming response. Have you had any resistance at all from people?
Resistance.
Not really. When we've gone to places where you wouldn't think two men dancing together would go over terribly well, because again, we're not hyper anything. We're not hyper masculinizing, we're not hyper feminizing. People just kind of like, oh, you guys are good dancers.
And the idea of resistance, male culture has a terror of physical touch. Because physical touch is for sex or it's for violence, and there's like nothing in between. So the big intimidation is men going, you know, maybe you're gonna have your hand on another man's hand for something reason other than to hurt him, and maybe that's okay, and maybe as a culture we're ready to actually move through some of that. I have a heterosexual couple with her leading as a new option. And you know, this includes the traditional ideas, it just expands the idea.
So we've been talking about it. I think I need to give this a try. So you're gonna show me, you're not gonna laugh at me too hard. But I think that'll really illustrate the difference.
So as an example, we'll just
Okay.
kind of, we'll step in here. So we think of kind of pulling our rib cage up. We're
Yep.
gonna stretch our elbows away from the body. So as a follow, what's gonna happen is you're gonna take your head and your shoulders all the way over to your left.
And
lean
back?
way out and back, yeah. So if I wasn't holding on, there might be some hilarity coming. So, but as a follow, in a following position, this lean and stretch out the back, while the lead is standing upright and gets to see where they're going, is kind of the tradition.
Right,
Now,
and so I'm just sort of in your hands.
Precisely. Now, if we were to switch that, though, so if you keep that same upright posture and your elbows out, but I turn things around, and if you place your hand on my ribs there,
Right.
kind of borrow that, so we have that nice stretch. But now I take my position.
And I'm in the power position. I like it.
All right, Shannon, nothing quite says partner dancing like a dip. You ready to try it out? All right, a spinning partner is a happy partner.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Here we go.
So this way.
And
Did my
there you go.
my dress went up a lot. I don't know if you saw anything.
Dance pants.
I
That's what dance
didn't
pants are all
have
about.
dance pants
Dance
on.
pants. Yeah.
All I was shooting was your head.
Okay, because it felt very breezy.
Here, so you want to dip me?
Yes, I want to
Okay.
try again.
You're going to
Please.
take my hand. You're going to turn this hand around and put this hand on your back And then just grab me around the waist, and the rest will take care of itself.
Okay.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
You're in charge.
Down and then.
How was
Sound
Papa?
effects.
Do you like that? Do you like Papa? Does that work for you?
I do like that.
Good.
And I know I have the strength to do it. It's
Right.
just putting your mind around
Right.
it.
In your head, you can't do it. And then you actually get your hands on it, and you're like, this is perfectly possible.
Do you think this is something we could see become more mainstream?
Like the goal, I mean, it's funny. We have no idea what's going to come out of this. We have no idea. But for me to walk into a random salsa club and see it just happening in and of itself, that's kind of the dream. And it already happens on the periphery. It already happens in the corners. It's just a matter of bringing it to the middle of the floor.
And Trevor and Jeff recently got some good news. Their TED Talk will now be featured on TED.com, giving them a global audience, as many as 15 million people around the world. So congratulations to them.